Hi, my name is Suzanne. I'm going to be doing a Restorative Pilates class with the Yamuna ball. I'm going to be doing a lot of body rolling and some Pilates. Bring the ball underneath you and begin rolling on the ball, massaging the spine up and down your back. Feel free to move your arms however you like. This is just a practice I like to do to restore my body. I find that using a ball is like a massage for the body, and it's not so taxing and hard like a foam roller. So I like to use the ball. Here I'm just massaging the ball up and down the spine, going in between the shoulder blades, moving the ball now lower down, and propping up on the arms, moving the ball back and forth. If you feel any areas of tension, feel free to hover for a while, or if it feels uncomfortable or painful, move the ball off that area. Sometimes if it's slightly painful, you can just sit there for a minute and the pain will dissipate. Here I'm stretching my arms back, getting an upper body stretch, lowering my head down to the ground while the knees go forward. Adjust your ball as needed. Reaching and extending, going into a side twist. Twisting to each side as you've got the ball in the upper back. Trying to get some extension in the upper back. And then as you move the arms out to the side, and you can do some twisting, you might find some different movements here which help move the spine. Just twisting back and forth. And moving the ball where it feels comfortable. Again, hovering in areas where you might feel some tightness or tension, opening the arms wide. Feeling some release as you extend. Twisting, you can move the legs from side to side as you twist. This is kind of like a side bend, even though you've got the ball underneath you. Now I'm just coming up and rolling the ball under my buttocks. And then going from side to side, from left to right side with the ball. Going back and forth. Just keep moving the ball back and forth under your buttocks or under the spine in the lumbar region. A lot of people have problems with their lumbar spine, so I think the ball is helpful for that. So now here I'm coming up higher on my feet as I do an upper body extension, reaching the arms back. You can hold the arms if you want, whatever feels comfortable for you. Some of these moves could be difficult for you if you've never done this, but again, over time, you'll find that it gets easier and easier, just reaching the arms forward each time. And now I'm pressing my arms down onto the ground, trying to open up the chest a little bit. Just continue to roll the ball up and down, paying attention to the different sensations the body has as you press over the ball. Feel free to make adjustments as needed. And now I'm just sitting up and I'm going to do some different moves with the ball. I'm going to come on my hands and knees and use the ball underneath the pelvis. So here I'm going to place the ball under the pubic bone and under the hip, rolling from side to side. I find that the pelvis, the hip area, carries a lot of tension, a lot of emotions, so go slow in this area. If you feel that it's not working for you, just stop, maybe come back to it another day. Try little by little. It takes a lot of time to make progress with the ball in the abdomen or in the pelvis if you find it's painful or uncomfortable. I'm moving my legs from side to side. And occasionally you'll have to adjust your clothes. If you're wearing looser fit clothes, it's difficult to work with the ball. Tighter fit clothes work easier. It doesn't catch on the ball. So just moving again from side to side. Here my legs are straight, relatively straight. And I'm going to bend one leg in and just focus on the right hip bone, rolling over the ball. In circular movements. And just feeling the areas of ease that moving over the ball might allow. Again, sometimes this is difficult, and especially the IT band, the band that runs from the hip area down the side of the leg is tight for a lot of people. Here I'm just doing a little more rolling on the right side of the hip. Opening my left foot and pressing the foot down. Again, this might be hard if you don't have a good open hip on either side. In yoga, this is called lizard pose, when you bring the foot out to the side. Here I'm massaging the ball under my left hip, so you can just make adjustments with the right leg as needed. And of course, one side might feel way different than another side, so feel free to experiment and do what feels better for you. Here I've got my right leg straight so that I can massage more onto the thigh, onto the quadricep area. Sometimes massaging on the quadricep area is a little difficult because it's hard to get enough pressure onto the ball. So that's why I have my right leg extended. And then I'm going to switch sides, doing the same thing on the other side. It's hard to see what the left leg is doing, but I just switch sides and just trying to put a little more pressure onto the quadriceps. Body rolling is a really good low impact restorative massaging practice you can do by yourself, and it gets out of tension. So I find that it's the best for self-massaging if you want to use a prop. Okay, I'm going to continue to use the ball under my back, so just bringing the ball under the sacrum and bending one leg in at a time, feeling a stretch. Right now I've got the right leg bent in, and I'm going to switch legs and bring the left leg in. Sometimes if you find it hard to get a good hip flexor stretch, you can bend one leg underneath you, which is what I'm doing here. I've got my left leg with the foot pressed down into the ground, trying to stretch the left hip flexor. And then as I switch in just a moment. As I switch, I'm going to try to bring the left knee more in line with the body. So I'm doing I'm just holding across the leg. Right here, I'm just holding across the leg to try to bring the left knee more in line with the center, but still getting a nice hip flexor stretch on the right side. The hip flexors move the legs up and down. I'm just going to bend the legs in, back and forth. I'm not really doing much abdominal work here. Of course, it is abdominal work, but I'm not trying to focus on the abdomen. Touching the toes down to the ground. And here I'm using the abdomen more. I'm using the abdominal muscles, trying to keep a little more stability. So depending on your focus, you can try to make things more stable. Here, that's what I'm doing. As the legs reach down. And then I'm going to do some double leg work after the single leg stretch. Continuing stretching each leg down to the ground. So here's the double leg stretching. Trying to keep some stability. Pulling the abdomen in tight as the legs reach down towards the ground. I've got my legs in tabletop position. Basically, that's like a right angle underneath the knees. And just massaging the sacral area on the ball. Now a single leg stretch, reaching the left leg out and the right leg comes in, and switching back and forth, pulling one leg in and extending the other leg. I'm not really focusing too much on the points or flex of the foot, but you can, and it will make the leg straighter if you try to point the toes. And here I'm reaching both legs out, straight legs, out and pulling in. Inhale out, exhale in. A few of these. In Pilates, we usually don't do too many repetitions, but feel free to adjust that if you need or make changes. And now I'm just extending the right leg up and lowering the left leg down, just stretching here for a moment on each leg before I go into a scissors position. Extending the left leg up to the sky and reaching the right leg forward. And then I'm just doing a scissor one leg comes forward, and then I pulse it twice. Minute pulses. The left leg pulses in, the right leg pulses in, and the other leg extends and reaches, feeling some openness in the hip flexors. Trying to keep stability on the ball as you reach the legs. Now I'm going to extend both legs up into the air. I'm just readjusting the ball. And I've got Pilates stance here, which is a slight space in between the toes, but the heels are together. Reaching the legs away and back up. Pressing down on the ball as the legs reach up. Pressing up. Reaching away, lengthening. Arms long by the sides. Reach away and forward. Bending the legs in. And then here, instead of doing a crisscross with the arms, I'm just doing the single leg stretch again. Changing the tempo and momentum of the legs from time to time as the legs reach back and forth. Bending both legs in and removing the ball. I'm just resting here for a moment to feel my body on the ground and see the effects of our work. Just taking a moment to rest and relax with the knees bent, feet on the ground, arms by the side. And now I'm just extending my arms up overhead, reaching the arms back and forth. I'm continuing to just move the arms back and forth. And now I'm going to do a few roll-ups here in just a moment. A full roll-up, rolling off the ground and reaching forward. I find that if I'm really tired one day, doing some kind of restorative practice is much better than trying to exert myself and wear out my energy. Bending the legs in and sitting up. Coming on to the belly again. Doing some baby Cobras next with the ball. First I'm going to put the ball under my chest area and just massaging the upper part of the chest with the ball. I continue to massage the ball under my chest area, and in a moment I'm going to take the ball and put it under my rib cage on the side to get a little side work massage with the ball. Now I'm flipping onto my left side, massaging on the upper rib cage, up and down, and moving a little bit lower. And switching over to the right rib cage, moving the ball under the armpit area, back and forth. My left leg is bent in front of me. going to bring the ball lower down onto the abdomen. You might find that this is painful or difficult for you if you've never used a ball in the abdomen area. So if it's painful, doesn't feel good, just go ahead and discontinue or stop this part of the body rolling. I find that it's taken a lot of practice and a lot of doing this kind of work to be able to relax into the feeling of the ball in the abdomen. The gold ball is not as hard as some of the other Yamuna balls, so this is considered a beginner ball. I'm just laying here feeling the effects of using the ball in the abdomen area. Resting here for a little time. Letting my body relax. Here I'm doing some baby cobras. Keeping the arms close to the side. Elbows tucked in. Coming down onto the ball and then lifting up. I'm going to move the ball away from me. Doing baby cobra. Extending as high as you can without the ball. Just going to reach and grab my leg and do a stretch here. Pulling the right leg in. And then the left leg. Getting ready for a double leg stretch, bringing both legs to the buttocks 3 times. And then extending the legs, reaching the arms back. 1, 2, 3. The arms reach back, the upper body lifts. Arms reach back, upper body lifts. Switch the cheek from side to side. As you reach, extend. And then press back into a child's pose. Take a nice rest here. Continue resting in child's pose before coming onto your side for some side leg work. I'm propping myself up on my left arm, right arm's in front of me, and starting with some kicks to the front. Kick, kick, and press the leg back. The legs are straight. And now just lift the leg into the air. My foot is flexed. And begin leg circles. 8 in each direction. The slower you go, the more effective this exercise with the leg circles is. And then go ahead and change to the other side. Coming down. propping yourself up with the hands and swinging the leg forward and back, flexing the foot forward, pointing backwards, trying to keep the body stable as the leg moves back and forth. Now the leg lifts up into the air, resisting up, resisting down. And then begin your leg circles, 8 in each direction. Okay, and now you can just lay down for just a moment. Lay down on the ground. Feel your body supported by the ground. And here you can just take time to rest and feel the results of your work. No need to do anything else right now. At the end, you can bend your legs in and go ahead and sit up. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you learned something from it. Thanks for watching.